If you ever have a question about what I'm saying, throw your hand up. We'll go. I hate leaving questions to the end because people sit there and I say, leave it to the end. They just go, and they wait and they stew. And you stew. Question. You get to the end, like your question. I don't even remember what my question was now. So if you have a question, please ask away. If you have a criticism, shut up. No, you bring that up too. But remember, I've made all this up, so please don't try to call me on it. But you can tweet about it if you want. All right, so the location-based social media, it's like reverse stalking. So it's announcing where you're going to be. So it's like taking the binoculars and turning them backwards and saying, watch where I'm going, by the way. I'm over here today, by the way. So it's like allowing, it's opt-out or opt-in stalking. So it's quite nice. The number one place right now is going to be Foursquare. So how many people here use Foursquare? Hands up. Okay, good. Hands down. I mean, who has not heard of Foursquare? Okay, so some of you. Okay, good. So I'm going to show you where I see it can go, and then I'm going to tell you why I don't think it's going to go anymore. Okay? So here's Foursquare. Here's your iPhone, which I can't stand because I'm a BlackBerry guy. But iPhone douchebags outside right now. Take your little pearly white laptops too and get out of here. And I'll tell you where you can stick your iPad too. Yeah, tweet that, by the way. I'm marketing, overheard. Entire room, I'll tell you where to stick your iPad. LOL. ROTF, LOL. So, here's your Foursquare. For those that don't know, get off to the same base. It's simply a check-in service. You're going to say where you are at that moment. That's it. You can add a little, witty comment to it. But you can say, you check in, you shout out. You can see where your buddies have checked in as well. You can see where people you want to avoid have checked in to stay away from their location. So here's obviously when you check in, you say hi. Here's where it goes to the next step. See, Toronto right now, watch this magic. Ready? Boom. Now you're looking at me right here. See how this works? Focus over here. So the thing about where you check in, it's not the checking in, okay? It's not the ability to say, I'm here. I get that. Stalkers love it. It works very well that we can check in. The next phase to me is actually when this thing, because Toronto doesn't have the saturation point yet for Foursquare. It's not used enough here to really make a huge dent in it, but it's on its way. We just were allowed on the list, thanks very much. The allowable stalking in Toronto now. Here's where I see the big part of it, obviously, is this point. It's hyper-targeted offers. So what happens is you check in, and this little green arrow pops in and says there's a special nearby. Okay, so I don't know if everybody, again, it's not here enough for everybody to see this type of thing jump in there, but it's really cool. It's a great opportunity. A lot of people here have are consultants or firms where you have clients that are interested in these type of things. You'd be remiss not to even maybe talk about something like this. So you check into here, and they say, hey, if you go across the street for something afterwards, we're going to give you 2 for 1 this or 2 for 1 that. So it's actually kind of creepy a little bit because it's like, iRobot, or it's like a movie, like you walk by a sign like, Scott, you're fat, have some Twinkies over here. Like, that's a good call, I'll go over there and get it now. It's a little too much sometimes, but there's a chance, yes?
Is there a limit to the nearby? Is it like a kilometer?
Yeah, again, they kind of set it at a very close type of tag. Now, Foursquare itself is a little iffy on how accurate it is sometimes. I'll check in here, they're like, you're at Hamilton Place. It's like, whoa, it doesn't work too well. Right? So there is, it's to get, what they do is they look at a certain amount and say, is anything within that range? And I don't know what that range is, but there's only going to be one offer pops up. The problem is when everybody joins in, who gets the offer? The problem, where I see a bigger problem too, is what happens if you show up at a coffee shop and the competing one says, hey, why'd you come here instead? We got better coffee, we'll give you a free scone or something with your coffee. That freaks me out. And that should freak businesses out that don't know. Retail, anything that is brick and mortar, you need to know about these things because you're opened up to somebody just poaching your people. Right? So that's a huge thing that you need to have awareness. So again, I'm not sure the exact radius of it, but it's fairly close. It should be at least with walking distance as far as I know. So you click on specials nearby, you see something like, this is in New York, come to the Autodesk Gallery at One Market, check in on Foursquare on this, at this time of this day and get a VIP tour of the whole gallery. Right, so that's very hyper-timed and hyper-targeted. There's one saying, come over here and get free nachos if you get a drink or something like that, or 2 for 1. So it gives you an idea. So it's great for people who are looking for something. Now you go to a conference somewhere, another city somewhere, it's pretty cool because then you see not only a location, but people's comments on the location. Stay away, or come here and have the nachos because they're great. It's cool. Again, the scary part is the establishment doesn't control it. So anybody can say anything they want on there. So that, again, gets a little bit freaky. But that's a pretty cool offer. The other side of the offers, the other side of the offers here are like the mayor offers. If you don't know, if you check into a place more than one day, so a second day, nobody's checked in, you become the mayor. It's the person who's there the most, or who has no life, like me, who checks into his coffee shop all the time. You become the mayor, and now an establishment has the potential to say, if you're the mayor, show a bartender and your first drink is free. I like the thing after just beer and well drinks, guys, let's be fair. Well drinks being just straight, normal liquor for things. So that's cool. I guess you see the idea where, hey, if you're the mayor, congratulations, now you have people competing to be the mayor. So that's pretty cool. So there's some fun stuff here. The problem is it's a little bit, you got to get used to it. And since 95% of the population's dumb, it's hard to get them used to doing, not you guys, not you in this room, the other people out there don't know how to do it. But here's where you get into certain problems on a hyper-local base. You get like Pure Gold's Gentleman Club here. It kind of hurts your brand. You know what I mean? 3 days ago, I said I'm going to try to check in the most inappropriate places I can find. And, yay me! I'm the mayor of a strip club. It's awesome. I also appear on Thursdays. If you want to go. Now here's the funniest part. I find it hilarious right over here. People that are sticky, people you don't want to run into, things that are sticky, drinks that are watered down. I checked in front of the adult movie house in Oakville. One of the tags was places you pay cash at. It's awesome. So for this comedic relief, it's awesome for these type of things. But here's the issue. Down in the bottom corner here, you add a tip. Or add a to-do there. I don't know what you want the to-do to be in these places. But this is where you don't control it. So if you have a place that gets talked about a lot, this can hurt your brand potentially. So you need to at least monitor these type of things of what's going on. Now I also I'm the mayor of my bathroom. And hopefully my bedroom. Jeff has become mayor of what? Touche. Touche. So you have an issue where, again, I put Pure Gold on the map for this. How awkward is to say this? I put them into the system. Okay? They don't put themselves into the system. The company doesn't register at Foursquare. You register by the GPS in your BlackBerry and your iPhone. So I've added them. I got a horrible place, which now live on forever. Way to go, brand. Yay. I look like an idiot. So here's the problem, though. Again, you don't control the listing, and you don't control the tags, which are, again, hilarious. Some of my followers, when I checked in, went on there and said, we'll just do some great tags. So you don't control those things, nor can you delete them.
Lovely.
So you see what can potentially happen here? Like offensive tags, inaccurate tag. Now I'm sure they have a system there saying if something is inaccurate or wrong or lying, they'll do something about it because it's part of their terms of service. But it's a scary thing because, again, you don't control it. But what companies don't remember or realize is they never controlled it. Corporations actually are scared of social media because they feel they can no longer control the message. When in reality, they never controlled it in the first place. We just have a much, much louder voice now. Much louder. Everybody is immediate and relevant these days, okay? Everything is immediate and relevant. Corporations no longer matter. There's no 7-layer press release that is the only message. You go through 3 weeks to write a press release. I've already talked about it 3 weeks ago with more people reading it. Yeah. You don't control the message. Instead, you need to be a part of the message with people. But that's the thing, they're scared. Well, we can't control it. No kidding. And we don't want you to control it. And now we have a voice. 140 characters sometimes, but we have a voice. Everybody is relevant now, and everything's immediate. And it's awesome. And it's horrible at the same time.